It's hot. It's not even the hottest it's gonna get. We're gonna test all of the ways that we can cool down the RV or keep the RV cool during the day.
Might have a different tone by the end of this video. Bikinis might come out.
Might just be us melted on the floor. What we thought with the air conditioning is that one unit was specifically for the bedroom. That's actually not the case.
I want fish tacos. It is hot. And our all-in-one cooker makes amazing fish for fish tacos, but it gets really hot. So we're taking it outside for the first time. And this might be a hack or it might be a fail. All right, what do we need? Some slaw, we need some tortilla. That doesn't work. What do you think? 1 or 2 of these?
1.5.
Loophole. Welcome to Boondocking in the Desert. Our kitchen today is a tub and our other instant water heater. Living off-grid is glamorous until you're negotiating with your batteries to run the air conditioning during a heat wave. We're hitting peak ingenuity phase, which is just a fancy word for desperation. I'm sharing how we're adding to our insulation to stay cool without killing the power.
This sucks. It's hot. This sucks. It's not even the hottest it's gonna get. This sucks. Tomorrow, we're gonna test to see all of the ways that we can cool down the RV or keep the RV cool during the day to make it more comfortable at night than it is right now, because this sucks. I'm pretty sure that Katie died on the bed.
Leave flowers and chocolates for my spirits on my grave.
I'm surprised she's even laying in here because right now this is the hottest room. We have a couple of ideas on how to keep things cool during 100-degree temperatures in the desert.
I just wish we had a super soaker water gun fight. I wish we had one of those. I guess 2 of those to make it fair.
To make it fair.
We could call it manhunt. We just take turns chasing each other. There is a heat wave hitting us. Temperatures are now in the triple digits. We're kind of trapped inside with the air conditioning. So I thought we'd kind of show you guys a couple of our hacks. We don't know if they work yet, so I don't know. They might be fails, but we're going to take you along the journey of how we're going to attempt to stay as cool as possible in a fifth wheel, in the desert, in the middle of the sun. See if we can bring that temperature down.
So far, the last couple days that we've been here, we've been trying to beat the heat. We're not at the perfect angle where I would like to be, to where it's really just the back and the front. And we've come up with a couple things that we think are slightly ingenious. One of those things is before the sun gets too high or when the temperature really starts changing, is we've been bringing in the slides. So that way the temperature on the top of the slide is not affecting all the way through.
As well as putting the awnings out on the other side. And you may notice our morale, more peppy. My hair is down. My makeup is where it should be, and you might see the degradation of our morale, and my makeup will come down, the hair will go up, bikinis might come out, might have a different tone by the end of this video.
Might just be us melted on the floor. So right now it's morning, I think roughly
8:21.
the temperature says
69?
Yep,
Bro?
we'll call it 69. No way we're keeping this place at 69, I'll tell you that.
No.
But if we can keep it in the low mid 80s, I think that would be a pretty good success. We've got these foam pieces that we cut out specifically to keep the cold out, but now we're using them to try and maintain a little coolness in here. And they've done okay. They're not the greatest. Figured out a way to chip clip Paperclip our blankets to the back to help.
This window in particular is absorbing the most heat because it is the biggest. It's facing south and it's still springtime, so the angle of the sun, it just gets hammered all day. Luckily, we have another barrier, so there's a foam piece, there's the blackout curtain draw, and now there is a blue sheet.
We're a little low on power today because we've been experimenting how much our 2000 watts of solar, 990 amp hours worth of batteries can propel us. What we thought with the air conditioning is that one unit was specifically for the bedroom and one unit was specifically for the living area. That's actually not the case. Both units cool off both areas. So I think later today, we're going to try and get up in there to see if we can block off each area to where one air conditioner just truly focuses either on the living area or the bedroom.
The air conditioning units we have are ducted. They do not have just the dump option. So no matter what, they're just all fed into the same ducting system. We didn't know that.
Yeah, and I feel that if we can block off one area, I feel as if we can do that, then we can actually get a nice cold area, whether it be in here or in the bedroom.
So you might be asking yourself, well, how are you going to change that? We really don't know. So Brian's just going to start tearing shit apart, see if we can make a divider in between the ducting or I don't know, something. I don't know. Or just rip it apart and just pull a tube down and just blast all AC in one area. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, we're not doing that.
We don't know. We might get desperate enough. We'll see.
We're hoping, and this is a long shot, that the bedroom, if I pull this off, I might be able to see how to block off the other section. Ta-da!
Our air filter looks clean. And this light in here is also crazy bright. So Katie might put a piece of tape over that. Can I put a piece of tape over that light? While we're here.
There's a light up here that bothers Katie so bad at night. And we have no idea why it's there.
I have big, gorgeous, beautiful blue eyes. I know. And any light in the room keeps me awake at times. Oh, I'm so excited. This freaking light is going to be turned off, man. Okay.
You feel better?
I feel so much better.
So phase one was a fail. Now we need to try and see if we can pop these off somehow. So we're going to hop on the internet real quick.
Do you feel confident with your YouTube video?
Yes. Now that I have my butter knife and will gently pry the plastic.
Felt that one.
So if you're ever removing these, there's a little ridge right here, here, and here. It is open here, so I'm going to say that that's coming from the AC unit, and then it is open here. Ouch.
Pains of having a purse.
Can you guys hold one of those?
Shh. Well, I guess it's fitting because we're actually using duct tape in a duct for once.
We're going to turn it on and see if Katie feels that it's more powerful this way.
Oh, what? Dude!
Oh, yeah.
Look at my... Dude, look at this. It's blowing my bangs.
We're going to have, like, the most icy bedroom ever. All right, so we have a little independent temperature gauge. And right now it says that it is 74 degrees. Okay, what time is it?
9:25 a.m.
9:25 a.m. We got test one going this afternoon. It's now 12:30, so almost the hottest part of the day. The temperature gauge says 75. So this is a total success with blocking off the other room. The only issue that I have, the thermostat is set to 83 and it says it's 84 in here, which is not true because it's almost slightly chilly. We could back it off and it'd be perfect.
Have you tried closing the app and reopening it again?
Yes, I have tried turning it off and turning it back on again.
You would be surprised how many times I ask you.
I know.
Sweet success. We like this, man. Heck yeah.
Alright, our first test with the AC on day 1 fell a little short. It's almost sundown. We're about an hour and a half from sundown and we had to turn the AC off. Looks like we're past the worst part of the heat wave.
Woo!
Yay! I saw 107 degrees outside, which is pretty rough in an RV. The last mornings we'd wake up and, you know, we just start getting everything ready kind of like we are today with pulling in our slides. We ended up pulling in both slides to take the heat off the roof of the slides, which then translates inside, which has been pretty helpful to keep the living room area
All 3 slides.
decent. And as Katie said, we pull in all 3 slides. The bedroom, which is where we've been hanging out for the last few days playing mahjong, that's been our heaven. So we have 2,000 watts of solar, like we mentioned. It gives us comfort. It does not take the complete sting of the day away. One day we tried to do just the living room area and that didn't work out as well as we thought. So we quickly jumped back into the room and we were able to cool that off really quick. The room being so much smaller, you could cool it off in a heartbeat. So even if it got to be 90 degrees in the room, you could run the AC 10 minutes and it brought it back down to 85, 83, something like that.
Yeah, it took it from sitting there in a bikini on the bed just sweating from every pore in my body to being comfortably warm. And you can just feel that edge being taken off, like your soul isn't being sucked out of your body. 85 is better than 105. That was the difference.
That was rough.
That's 20 degrees. Am I doing math right? Is that 20 degrees, guys?
It's morning time.
Yeah, coffee's not working yet. But 20 degrees is big.
Yeah, that's huge.
That is huge.
10 degrees is big. In the beginning of this, you know, life sucked because it was so hot, and life doesn't suck so much anymore.
Yeah, no.
We were able to keep up with the heat until the hottest part of the day, which was 5 o'clock, and we really started losing the sun. And it at least, you know, felt okay for us to then go outside, hang out in the shade, chill out for the rest of the night, kind of let the rest of the RV vent out. An improvement that you could make would be to make sure you put tilting solar panels. That would be a huge bonus. Absorbing that late day sun usually is when we noticed that the batteries were going to start getting drained pretty good. We could add an extra 2 panels in our system, which would help get the batteries back up in the morning time to full charge and then have a little bit more absorption to be able to run it just a touch longer. And then the third option would be to buy another lithium battery. Batteries aren't cheap, and we don't really have a place to stow it in the front without really kind of rearranging things and maybe making a shelf of some sort. So if I were to throw it out there, I would say the tilting solar panels would work much better.
If it were summertime, I don't think we would have a problem. We're just finishing winter here, so that sun is low.
Going on during this whole experience, and we love hanging out with each other, so, you know, hanging out in bed.
And it's kind of like adult fort time. Just with all the slides in, so you just kind of have a tiny little space, a little clubhouse to work in. You try and make things work and figure it out. I like a little bit of that challenge, you know? If you kind of see it as a game, not a, oh my god, inconvenience. It's like, no, this is your house. Like, make it work, figure it out. And it showed us that when we bring all the slides in, our living space is reduced to 20%, and we did fine with that. We were still able to cook and live our lives and work.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cramped. Yeah, we're a little sore. No, we don't want to do that every day, but it's doable. We could live in a spaceship.
Oh, I like it. Listen, so we know that this is a bit ridiculous, and we understand that if we had more money, we could just go park our butts at an RV park. But life isn't that way for us.
But we're stubborn.
This is just all about making do. And, you know, even if that was an option and you get trapped in the desert or you get trapped in an outing where all of a sudden it's 100 degrees, we're not going to go fling to an RV park. You know, we've got to make do. This is all about making do.
And this area should not be this hot right now as well. So this is a proper heat wave. It should be like 20 degrees cooler.
Yeah. The weakest part of the whole game on fifth wheels, RVs, whatever it is, to try and insulate was the slide areas. These areas you could actually feel the heat coming through. And so if there was a way that anybody could figure out to insulate those areas, I'm pretty sure that we'd all save ourselves a bunch of grief. The ones in the bedroom behind the bed, I felt, and those might as well have been, 90-degree pieces of metal that were, warming up the room. It's gotten so hot that even running your laptops, the laptops won't even cool down. The top of it is crazy hot, and I couldn't even do video editing. One hack, if you need to work on your computer, wet a towel, put it in a Ziploc bag, throw it in the freezer. Works great.
When you live in a tiny place, it's always nice to have things that are dual purpose. Such as this nice, thick, squishy foam mat. It's great for standing on. And recently we learned it's a great insulator. And by the end of the day, when we pull that thing out after the sun's been beating on it for hours, it is toasty warm. So it absorbed all that heat and kept it from coming in here.